Midnight drifts across the town, and every window glows like a promise waiting to unfold. I walk beneath the falling snow, feeling the echo of last December, when your hand found mine for the very first time. The world was quiet then, but my heart was loud, racing with every breath you took beside me. Now the streets hum with holiday songs, and I keep hearing pieces of you inside every chorus, like the city is trying to remind me that love can return if you call it gently enough. Meet me in the midnight snow, meet me where the lights all shimmer. Every star is pulling me back to the moment we first felt forever. Meet me in the midnight snow, meet me, and I will follow you through the cold December glow. I passed the bakery where we laughed until our cheeks hurt, and I swear the warmth is still floating in the air, like a held note refusing to fade. People rush by with their bundles of red ribbons and silver paper, but I move slowly, trying to hold on to the miracle of remembering you. I keep rehearsing what I would say if you turn this corner right now. Something soft, something brave, something that might rewind the universe for just one night. Meet me in the midnight snow, meet me where the lights all shimmer. Every star is pulling me back to the moment we first felt forever. Meet me in the midnight snow, meet me, and I will follow you through the cold December glow. Then the wind shifts and the choir swells, and suddenly the world feels like a movie, building toward the scene where everything changes. I close my eyes and picture you walking toward me with that half smile that cracked my defenses like sunlight breaking open a darkened room. My pulse rises with the bells as if they are counting down to a truth I am finally ready to hold. And for a breath it feels possible that destiny is circling close enough to touch. Meet me in the midnight snow, meet me where the lights all shimmer. Every star is pulling me back to the moment we first felt forever. Meet me in the midnight snow, meet me, and I will follow you through the cold December glow. But the moment stretches and no one appears, and I realize the story we wrote still lives inside me, bright as the rooftops glowing against the winter sky. Love does not vanish, until we are brave enough to hear it again. I lift my face to the snowfall, letting each flake land like a word I once left unsaid. And I promise the night that if your voice ever calls my name, I will answer faster than the bells can ring. Meet me in the midnight snow, every star is pulling me back to the moment we first felt forever. Meet me in the midnight snow, meet me, and I will follow you through the cold December glow. And as cities as the city softens into silence, I keep walking with the rhythm of hope beating steady inside me. Midnight snow, and you still shining in the place where miracles begin. like a secret the night is too quiet to hide. And I am standing in the glow of 1,000 Christmas lights, wondering if you feel this pull the same way I do. Every December memory comes back sharper than the cold. The way you laughed, the way you held my hand, like you were anchoring me to something bright. I walk through the shimmering streets and it feels like the world is waiting for a story to unfold, one that starts with your name rising in my chest like a melody I cannot stop humming. Come back in the winter rush, come back when the world turns gold. I feel you in the beating hush, like a spark that never grows old. Come back in the winter rush, come back before the night gets cold. I pass the corner where we dance without music beneath the flickering street lamp, and everything inside me sparks like a match. People hurry past carrying gifts and secrets, but I move slow, taking in every sound, every whisper of what we used to be. I wonder if you still think about the moment our eyes locked across the snow, and time bent around us like the universe trying to help us fall. Come back in the winter rush, come back when the world turns cold. I feel you in the beating hush, like a spark that never grows old. Come back in the winter rush, come back before the night gets cold. Then the choir swells from the church steps, and it feels like the prelude to a miracle. Bells echo through the frozen air, and suddenly I can almost hear your footsteps behind me, like the scene in every holiday movie where destiny finally catches up. My breath fogs in the moonlight, and I close my eyes, hoping that if I picture you hard enough, the universe will give in for a moment and let our timelines touch again. Come back in the winter rush, come back when the world turns gold. I feel you in the beating hush, like a spark that never grows old. Come back in the winter rush, come back before the night gets cold. But the snow keeps falling and the moment stays empty, and I realize a miracle is not in seeing you again, but in carrying you through every season with a heart that still glows. Christmas lights flicker across the windows like tiny echoes of something we almost got right, and I let the warmth settle where fear used to live. Maybe love returns when we stop chasing it. Maybe all we can do is stay open to the way it rewrites us. Come back in the winter rush, come back when the world turns gold. I feel you in the beating hush, like a spark that never grows old. Come back in the winter rush, come back before the night gets cold. And as I walk beneath the silver sky, I feel the night shift soft around me, like it is humming a promise that everything lost can find its way home. Winter rush and Christmas light, and the hope that keeps beating, even when the world is quiet. The sky is painted with a soft December glow, and the snow falls in slow motion spirals, like tiny camera flashes catching every breath I take. I walk down the avenue where the street musicians are tuning their instruments, and the notes drift through the cold like something half remembered from a life I left behind. Every sound tonight feels like a clue, pointing me toward a moment I once lived every step I feel the familiar ache of your name rising inside me like a chorus I never learned to forget. I turn the corner and the holiday lights explode into view, shimmering in warm waves that pulse with the rhythm of a heartbeat I swear used to sync with mine. Somewhere in the distance a choir is warming up, and the harmonies swirl around me like a promise unfolding. The air tastes like peppermint and memory, and suddenly I am back in a moment where your hand fit in mine, as if made for that single winter hour. We thought we had the whole world then. Maybe we did. The wind rushes past me, and with it comes the echo of your laugh, the one that always landed softly like snowfall. I slow down, unsure if I am chasing the past or running straight into destiny, but the night feels charged in that cinematic way that only Christmas can deliver. I keep walking, letting the city glow wrap around me, and somewhere deep inside the tension builds like a drum line waiting for the drop. My heart knows something is coming, something I am both scared of and longing for. I reach the old fountain where we used to meet at midnight just to watch the lights shimmer on the frozen water. It is still here, still glowing, still holding the memory of a promise we once whispered into the winter air. I close my eyes and the whole city fades until all I can hear is the soft rising hum of Christmas settling into its magic. And then I feel it, the presence behind me, the shift in the air, the kind of silence that only happens when fate is taking a breath. I turn and there you are, standing in the same place where we said goodbye, as if no time has passed at all. Snow clings to your hair and the lights behind you blur into a golden halo, framing you in a way that makes my chest tighten. You smile, that quiet, hopeful smile that once rewrote my whole idea of love. For a second neither of us moves, the world waits. Even the music seems to pause, as if giving us the moment we never finished. You say my name in a voice that trembles with all the winters between then and now, and the sound pulls me forward like a magnet, rediscovering its purpose. I take a step closer, then another, until I can feel your breath mixing with the cold. You tell me you came here every year, hoping Christmas might remember us, and I feel something warm break open inside my chest, something I thought the distance had frozen for good. The music in the square rises in a swell of strings and bells, and everything feels orchestrated, as if the night itself is conducting our reunion. I whisper, I never stopped wondering about you, and the words melt into the air like frost turning to water. You reach for my hand, and when our fingers touch, the lights around us flare brighter, as if celebrating a wish granted at last. Your eyes soften, mine do too, and the past finally exhales. The night Christmas found us again becomes the moment everything shifts. The moment the story turns, the moment the chorus finally lands the way it was always meant to. You pull me closer and the crowd blurs into nothing, and I realize I am exactly where I belong. The snow keeps falling, the world keeps glowing, but here in the circle of light, time stands still, and the future opens wide like a doorway waiting for us to step through together. You whisper, stay, and it sounds like a promise wrapped in every warm December. we never got to share. I whisper, I am not leaving this time, and the truth settles between us with the softness of falling snow. The music swells, the lights shimmer, the night holds its breath, and I feel the magic of Christmas stitching our story back together, one heartbeat at a time. Tonight the city has a new memory to keep. The night Christmas found us again and gave us back to each other. And as we stand there glowing in the holiday lights, I know this is the moment I will replay forever. In slow spirals, and the whole city feels like a stage waiting for a story to unfold. I walk through the glow of Christmas lights, reflecting on wet pavement, and every shimmer pulls at a memory I tried to pack away like an ornament. I was afraid to break the air, has that electric hush right before chorus hits, and I can almost hear your laugh in the hush, like a secret rehearsing its return. Somewhere between the choir warming up and the bells echoing down the boulevard, I feel you again. And I am not sure if I am ready, or if I've been waiting all year. I passed the bakery on 3rd, where we used to stop just to warm our hands, even when we did not buy anything. The window is fogged and the scent of vanilla spills into the street, and it hits me like a soft collision. Suddenly I am back inside with you, leaning over a holiday menu, pretending to read when really you were watching me. You said winters were stories and everyone carried their own chapter in their pocket. You said mine was written in my eyes. I laughed then. Tonight I do not. The snow deepens and the world softens. Everything feels like a movie scored in real time. I hear a distant drumline from the square, and the rhythm sinks to my heartbeat as if calling me somewhere I swore I would not return. But the night is that magnetic pull that December always had, and I follow it because sometimes the only way out of a memory is through it. The wind brushes my hair like a familiar hand, and for a second I think you are behind me. I turn, no one is there, but the feeling stays and it follows me. Where the winter keeps your name is where my thoughts drift, and I keep trying to outrun it, but tonight the snow makes everything. Still I whisper your name just to hear how it sounds in the cold. The echo surprises me, it sounds like a chorus longing to break free. I keep walking, letting the lights blur into golden streaks, and I can feel the story building the way a song builds before the drop, when the whole world holds its breath, waiting. I reach the square, and the giant tree towers above the crowd, glowing with 100 shades of hope. Children run in circles, strangers sing in harmony. The moment feels bigger than life, and I am about to turn away when I see it. The ornament, our ornament, the one we bought on a whim the year everything felt possible. It dangles near the bottom, reflecting the crowd like a tiny fragile universe. And I freeze because no one else would have put it there. I feel the warmth before I see the face. A voice behind me says I was hoping you would come. The kind of soft, steady voice that once rewrote my entire December. My breath catches, I turn, and there you are, wrapped in a coat dusted with snow, looking at me like no time has passed at all. For a moment, the world tilts, every song around us blends into one long rising note. You step closer, and the lights brighten as if recognizing us. You say you kept the ornament all these years because some things are worth keeping, even Something opens inside me, like a window finally freeing the warmth that held hostage. You look at me with that same gentle bravery you always had, and I realize the story I tried to end was never finished, not even close. The night grows warmer, the snow glows brighter, and the rhythm in the square shifts into something that feels like destiny landing right on beat. Where the winter keeps your name is exactly where I find you again. And as the choir crescendos and the crowd parts around us, you take my hands and the whole world tunes itself to our frequency. The lights shimmer in time with our breath, the music swells like it knows a reunion is happening. You whisper, let's start over. I whisper, I never stopped wanting to. The words fall into the snow, absorbing softly like seeds ready to bloom by morning. And when you lean your forehead against mine, the night forgets to be cold. All I can feel is the warmth of what we almost lost but did not. The sound of the city fades until all that remains is one phrase looping through my mind like a hook designed to stay forever. Where the winter keeps your name is where I will meet you again and again and again. And a tree glows, the world glows, and for the first time since you left, I glow too. The city glows under a blanket of snow, every street lamp shimmering like a star. Caught in December, I walk slowly, letting the cold press against my cheeks. But my heart burns warmer with the memory of last Christmas. We ran through these same streets, laughing, your hand in mine, and the world felt endless, wrapped in light and possibility. Tonight the streets are quiet, yet your echo follows me, soft and certain, reminding me that love never truly leaves. It just waits for the moment we notice it again. Under the Christmas lights, I feel you near. Under the Christmas lights, your heartbeat is clear. Under the Christmas lights, the world feels new. Under the Christmas lights, I find you. I pass the bakery where we once stole cookies, laughing at crumbs on our coats and the warmth that spread between us. I imagine your reflection in the frosted windows, the golden glow catching the curve of your smile. People hurry past with packages and scarves, but I linger, letting the memories sweep over me like music, each note echoing the rhythm of our hearts. The night hums with possibility, a chorus of snow and light, carrying me forward, closer to something I can almost touch. Under the Christmas lights, I feel you near. Under the Christmas lights, your heartbeat is clear. Under the Christmas lights, the world feels new. Under the Christmas lights, I find you. From the church steps, a choir begins to sing, voices rising like a wave over the square, soft and powerful, carrying warmth into the cold. Bells chime in perfect rhythm, each note a pulse in the quiet air. And I close my eyes, imagining your hand brushing mine. For a moment the world tilts and time folds, and I feel the presence of everything we were and everything we could still be. My chest rises with the music, a tide of hope swelling in the rhythm of the night. Under the Christmas lights, I feel you near. Under the Christmas lights, your heartbeat is clear. Under the snow whispering over the streets, but the warmth lingers in my chest. I realize that the magic is not in seeing you again, but in how you taught me to love the silence, to feel hope in every flake, every glimmer of light. December reminds me that miracles arrive quietly, sometimes not in the form we expect, but as a glow that stays with us long after the night passes. Under the Christmas lights I feel you near. Under the Christmas lights your heartbeat is clear. Under the Christmas lights the world feels new. Under the Christmas lights I find you. I keep walking the city alive with glowing windows, laughter spilling into the streets, couples embrace beneath garlands, children dash through snowbanks, and every moment hums with life. Instead of longing, I feel a rhythm carrying me forward. Love does not vanish, it transforms, leaving traces that shimmer like frost in the lamplight, steady and undeniable, guiding us even when we cannot see the path ahead. Under the Christmas light, under the Christmas light, your heartbeat is clear. The Christmas light, the world feels new. Under the Christmas lights I find you. At the town square, snow falls thick and soft, reflecting every golden light from wreaths and trees. I lift my face to the sky, letting flakes rest on my eyelashes, letting each one remind me that stories are never finished. Love is a collection of echoes, brighter than the last, each one reminding us that the heart can always start again. The night holds me gently, the snow wraps around me like a promise, and my chest beats steady with the rhythm of a story still unfolding, carrying me forward through the glow of Christmas lights. Under the Christmas lights I am home. Under the Christmas lights I am whole. Under the Christmas lights love will start. Under the Christmas lights I find my soul. Snowflakes drift through the air like tiny miracles, falling in slow motion, and I walk beneath them, feeling the world glow softer around me. Every light on every rooftop flickers with the same warm shimmer I felt the night you first touched my hand. December carries your memory like a melody, humming at the edge of my breath, and I follow it through the quiet streets, hoping the story it leads to is still ours somehow. The cold brushes against my cheeks, and yet something in my chest feels warm, like the universe is whispering, stay open, stay hopeful, stay here. Carried by the Christmas night, I hear your heartbeat in the light. Carried by the Christmas night, everything feels like it could turn bright. I passed the frozen fountain where we once danced, with no music, just laughter echoing through the empty square. Your coat swirled around you, and your smile cut through the cold like a spotlight, and I remember thinking, this is what it feels like when life finally starts. Tonight the square is empty, but the moment still lives here, glowing in the silence. I imagine your breath mixing with mine in the cold, and the thought makes my pulse race like the chorus of a song I have waited all year to sing. Carried by the Christmas night, I hear your heartbeat in the light. Carried by the Christmas night, everything feels like it could turn bright. Across the street, a choir begins to sing, harmonies rising like waves, and the sound wraps around me until the air feels electric. Bells ring in perfect rhythm, and the world suddenly feels like it is preparing for a revelation. I close my eyes and let the music rush through me, and for a moment it feels like someone is walking toward me. Someone's familiar, someone who once made the winter feel like summer. My breath catches the way it did that first night, and the entire street seems to hold itself still. Carried by the Christmas night, I hear your heartbeat in the light. Carried by the Christmas night, everything feels like it could turn bright. But when I open my eyes, all I see is falling snow drifting across the pavement. The music fades and the magic softens, and I realize that the presence I felt was not you, but the memory of who I became when I loved you. It is strange how a season can hold so much of us, how December remembers what we forget, how it brings back the warmth even when the person is long gone. I breathe deeper and something inside loosens like a knot coming undone. Carried by the Christmas night, I hear your heartbeat in the light. Carried by the Christmas night, everything feels like it could turn bright. I continue down the street, and the city moves around me in slow, glowing motion. Families laughing, children running, friends embracing under the shimmer of garlands and lights. Instead of feeling alone, I feel surrounded by something bigger than memory, something like hope, something like renewal. Love does not disappear, it transforms and leaves traces warm enough to guide us through the cold. I let that truth settle into my bloodstream like a rhythm I can finally dance to again. Carried by the Christmas night, I hear your heartbeat in the light. Carried by the Christmas night, everything feels like it could turn bright. As I reach the center of town, the snowfall thickens, and the world feels suspended between what was and what could be. The lights reflect in the snow like stars scattered at my feet, and my heart beats steady in time with them. Maybe the future is not waiting for the past to return. Maybe it is waiting for me to open the door and step into something undiscovered. I lift my face to the sky and feel the falling snow kiss my skin, like a promise that the story is not over, just turning a new page. Carried by the Christmas night, carried by the rising light, carried by the hope that still feels right. Snow falls in quiet spirals around the city, like the night is trying to tell me something I once forgot. The streetlights flicker in warm halos, and I walk slowly, letting the cold air pull old memories to the surface. Last December, you took my hand on this same street, and the whole world shifted like a scene changing in a film. I can still feel that moment, like a pulse under my skin. The way your eyes caught the glow and made everything brighter than the lights above. of us. When the snow remembers us, it feels like time is bending back. When the snow remembers us, I feel you running through the crack. I passed the window of the bookstore where we hid from the cold, flipping through pages neither of us really read. You laughed at the way I pretended not to stare, and I pretended not to fall, but I was already falling faster than the snow outside. Tonight the window is fogged and warm, and I linger there imagining your reflection beside mine, as if the glass could pull the past forward and let us rewrite the scene. When the snow remembers us, it feels like time is bending back. When the snow remembers us, it feels like time is bending back. When the snow remembers us, I feel you running through the crack. Music drifts from a distant speaker somewhere down the street, a soft Christmas melody shimmering through the air like a secret invitation. It builds slowly, then swells like a tide, pulling me deeper into the night. The city hums with 1,000 voices, but somehow it all feels like a prelude to one thing that has not happened yet. I close my eyes, and I swear I hear your footsteps behind me, quiet, steady, certain. When the snow remembers us, it feels like time is bending back. When the snow remembers us, it feels like time is bending back. When the snow remembers us, I feel you running through the cracks. But when I turn around, the street is empty and the music fades, leaving only the hush of winter settling over the pavement. A strange warmth fills my chest as I realize that the echo I felt was not you, but the part of me that learned how to love because of you. Maybe the miracle of Christmas is not in getting something back, but in understanding what you carry forward. The night feels softer now, like it has given me permission to breathe without longing. When the snow remembers us, it feels like time is bending back. When the snow remembers us, it feels like time is bending back. When the snow remembers us, I feel you running through the cracks. I keep walking until the street opens into the town square, glowing with garlands and shimmering trees. Children run through the snow laughing, and the sound rings in the cold like tiny bells. Couples kiss beneath the lights, and instead of breaking something inside me, it stitches something together. Love is not a single story, it is 100 small ones, all lighting up when the world grows dark. And maybe that is why December hurts and heals at the same time. When the snow remembers us, it feels like time is bending back. When the snow remembers us, I feel you running through the cracks. As I step into the center of the square, the snowfall thickens like a curtain, rising for the final scene. I lift my face to the sky and let the cold touch me in for the first time in a long time. I feel ready for what comes next. The past glows behind me, warm and golden, and the future unfolds ahead. Soft and endless, the snow keeps falling, the lights keep shining, and my heart beats steady in the rhythm of a story still being written. When the snow remembers us, when the snow remembers us, I let it guide me home again. Snow drifts silently across the city, each flake catching the glow of streetlights like tiny stars falling just for me. I walk slowly, letting the cold press against my cheeks, feeling the pulse of a memory that won't let go. Last year I held your hand on this street, your laughter filling the air, warm and endless. And I swore the world had stopped spinning just for us tonight. The streets are quiet, but your echo follows me, carrying the warmth of everything we shared, reminding me that love can linger even when you are far away. December hearts beating close through the night, December hearts carrying our light, December hearts, every memory feels alive. Past the cafe where we once shared hot chocolate, our conversation spilling over, words tumbling faster than the snow outside. I remember the way your eyes caught the golden glow of the lights, and how the world seemed softer and larger all at once. Tonight the windows are fogged, and I pause, imagining your reflection beside mine, wishing the past could fold into the present. People hurry past, scarves wrapped high and hands full of packages, but I linger, letting the warmth of that memory hold me, guiding me like a gentle refrain. December hearts beating close through the night, December hearts carrying our light, December hearts, every memory feels alive. From the church steps a choir begins to sing, their voices rising like waves of warmth across the square. Bells chime, each note a heartbeat in the cold air, and I feel the world tilt as if it is holding its breath for a miracle. I close my eyes, and for a moment I feel your hand brush mine, soft and certain, as if December itself wants to remind me that love is not gone, only transformed. My chest lifts with the harmonies, the music weaving a story I thought I had lost, reminding me that hope can echo louder than absence. December hearts beating close through the night, December hearts carrying our light, December hearts, every memory feels alive. When I open my eyes, the square is empty and the music fades, leaving only the whisper of snow brushing against the pavement. But the warmth remains, a quiet truth settling into my chest. The magic is not in seeing you again, but in how deeply you taught me to love. How December can hold both longing and joy at the same time. Miracles arrive not always as we imagine, but as a gentle illumination, a glow that lingers in the corners of the heart, waiting for us to notice. December hearts beating close through the night, December hearts carrying our light, December hearts, every memory feels alive. I continue walking through streets alive with light, laughter spilling from open doors, children chasing each other through fresh snow, couples holding hands beneath glowing wreaths. The city hums with life, and instead of longing, I feel a rhythm that carries me, steady and true. Love does not vanish, it transforms, leaving traces in the shimmer of a window, the glow of a lamppost, the heartbeat that refuses to quiet, guiding us forward soft and slow, reflecting every golden light from garlands and trees. I lift my face to the sky, letting flakes settle on my eyelashes, letting each one remind me that stories are never finished. Perhaps love is not a single moment, but a collection of echoes brighter than the last, each one reminding us that the heart can always start again. The night holds me gently, the snow wraps around me like a promise, and my chest beats steady with the rhythm of a story still being written, carrying me forth through the glow of December hearts. The night is glowing with quiet magic as I walk through the silver streets, watching snow drift like slow motion stardust. Every breath feels like a memory stirring, and I can almost hear your laugh rising from somewhere inside the cold. Last Christmas you held my hand along this very path, and the world felt new and endless, like the sky had opened just for us. Now the city lights shimmer softly, and I keep replaying that moment when everything in me recognized you before I understood why. Under the silent moon, Christmas, I can feel you returning like a song. Oh, and under the silent moon, Christmas, your heartbeat echoes where it once belonged. I turn the corner and past the bakery where we shared a slice of warm pie, even though neither of us was hungry. You kept brushing the crumbs from the table and smiling in that way that made time fall apart around us. Tonight the window glows golden, and I picture us sitting there again, your eyes reflecting the lights like tiny galaxies spinning with possibility. I stop and let the warmth of that memory settle into my chest like a soft percussion beat building towards something bright. Under the silent moon, Christmas, I can feel you returning like a song. Oh, and under the silent moon, Christmas, your heartbeat echoes where it once belonged. The choir begins singing from the church steps, their voices rising like a wave, carrying the weight of every wish ever spoken into winter air. The harmonies slide through me, and I feel the night tilt as if preparing for a scene that has been waiting all year. Bells ring in perfect rhythm, and suddenly I can sense you behind me. Though I know you are not there, still the feeling is so strong that my eyes sting with it, the sense that love is close enough to touch if I just turn slowly enough. Under the silent moon, Christmas, I can feel you returning like a song. Oh, under the silent moon, Christmas, your heartbeat echoes where it once belonged. But when I look back, the street is empty and the choir fades, leaving only the whisper of wind playing with the the edges of my coat. I breathe in the cold and it hits me gently like truth often does. The miracle I keep searching for is not about you appearing. It is about how deeply I learned to love when the world was quiet and soft. Maybe that kind of love does not need to be held to be real. Maybe it stays in the way my chest warms when the snow falls, the way December feels like a doorway into everything I once dreamed. Under the silent moon, Christmas, I can feel you returning like a song. Oh, under the silent moon, Christmas, your heartbeat echoes where it once belonged. I keep walking and the city reflects itself in the glowing snow. Every step carrying me deeper into a story that is still being written. I pass couples wrapped in scarves, laughing into the cold. And instead of breaking my heart, it lights something inside me like a lantern, turning brighter with each breath. Love is not gone, it is changing shape, becoming something steadier, something I can carry without losing myself. I lift my gaze to the sky where the moon hangs low and full of soft spotlight guiding me forward. Under the silent moon, Christmas, I can feel you returning like a song. Oh, under the silent moon, Christmas, your heartbeat echoes where it once belonged. I keep walking and the city reflects itself in the glowing snow. Every step carry me deeper into a story that is still being written. I pass couples wrapped in scarves, laughing into the cold. And instead of breaking my heart, it lights something inside me like a lantern, turning brighter with each breath. Love is not gone, it is changing shape, becoming something steadier, something I can carry without losing myself. I lift my gaze to the sky where the moon hangs low and full of soft spotlight guiding me forward. Under the silent moon, Christmas, I can feel you returning like a song. Oh, under the silent moon, Christmas, your heartbeat echoes where it once belonged. Snow falls like tiny confetti over the city, and I walk alone beneath the glow of every street lamp, feeling the cold press against my cheeks, while my heart remembers the warmth of last December. Every light flickers like a memory, and I can almost hear your laughter weaving through the quiet streets. We ran through the same avenue, holding hands, spinning and chasing shadows. And in that moment it felt like time itself bent just for us. Tonight the city sleeps, but I feel the pulse of our story echoing in every corner, guiding me forward with the rhythm I cannot forget. Echoes of December calling me back to you. Echoes of December, every heartbeat feels brand new. I passed the bakery where we stole cookies and laughed at the mess we made, the scent of cinnamon still lingering in the of your smile, catching the golden light. People hurry past carrying gifts and secrets, but I am still letting the memories sweep over me like a wave. I cannot resist every shadow, every shimmer of light feels like a sign, a breadcrumb trail leading me back to something I thought I lost. Echoes of December calling me back to you. Echoes of December, every heartbeat feels brand new. From across the square, a choir begins to sing. Voices rising and folding into the night like ribbons of warmth. Bells chime in perfect rhythm, each note stitching a story into the winter air. I close my eyes and for a brief heartbeat I feel your hand brush mine, soft and certain, as if the world itself is leaning in to let us catch the moment. Again my pulse races with the music, my chest lifting with the harmonies, and I realize that even absence can leave behind a melody strong enough to carry me through the cold. Echoes of December calling me back to you. Echoes of December, every heartbeat feels brand new. The square empties again and the music fades, leaving only the whisper of falling snow, but the warmth remains. I realize the magic is not in seeing you again, but in how you made me learn to love the silence, to hear hope in the hush between footsteps. December reminds me that miracles do not always arrive as we expect. Sometimes they come as light that lingers in the heart long after the snow has settled. Echoes of December calling me back to you. Echoes of December, every heartbeat feels brand new. I walk on through streets alive with glowing windows and laughter spilling from open doors. Couples embrace beneath wreaths, children run through fresh snow, and every corner hums with life. The world feels fuller than it did last year, and instead of longing there is joy, a rhythm that carries me through the night. Love does not vanish, it transforms, leaving traces in the warmth of a memory, in the glimmer of a window, in the heartbeat that refuses to quiet. Echoes of December calling me back to you. Echoes of December, every heartbeat feels brand new. At the heart of town, snow falls heavier, thick and soft, reflecting the lights of every garland and lamppost. I lift my face to the sky and let the flakes rest on my eyelashes, letting each one remind me that the story is still being written. Perhaps love is not a single moment, but a series of echoes, each one brighter than the last. The night holds me gently, promising that what was cherished and what is hoped for can coexist. I feel the snow wrap around me like a soft embrace, the lights shimmer like tiny stars, and my heart beats steady with the rhythm of a story that is mine to carry forward. Echoes of December carrying me home. Echoes of December lighting the dark. Echoes of December promising the heart can always start, can always start. a soft spotlight as I step onto the quiet street where our story first began. The city glows with warm windows and golden garlands, and every shine feels like it is echoing your name. I take a breath and the cold fills me with that familiar rush, the same one I felt the night you looked at me like I was a wish coming true. December has a way of replaying everything you thought you tucked away, and tonight it feels like the world is trying to pull your memory right into my hands. Falling for December, falling for the way it brings you near, falling for December even when you are not here. I walk past the corner cafe where we stayed too long, drinking cocoa and telling secrets like time would never find us. The scent of cinnamon hits me, and suddenly I am back in that moment, watching the lights flicker on your face as if they were choosing you over the whole world. I imagine turning and seeing you again, wrapped in that oversized jacket, smiling like you knew exactly what I was thinking. Falling for December, falling for the way it brings you near, falling for December even when you are not here. Begins to rise, their harmonies floating over the snow, and the sound builds the kind of swelling scene. Every holiday movie waits for my steps, slow as the bells ring out, and something in the air shifts softer, warmer, like the night is holding me for a reason. I close my eyes and for one breath I swear I feel your hand brush mine the way it did when you promised that some moments never fade. Falling for December, falling for the way it brings you near, falling for December even when you are not here. Then the choir fades into quiet and the truth settles gentle against my chest. Maybe love changes shape but it never disappears. Maybe it lingers in the glow of Christmas lights, in the hush between footsteps, in the heartbeat that still remembers how to hope. I let the cold touch my face, and somehow it feels like clarity, like I am finally strong enough to hold the past without letting it pull me under. Falling for December, falling for the way it brings you near, falling for December even when you are not here. As I keep walking, the city feels alive around me, like it is breathing with the same rhythm I carry inside. Every light reflects a piece of me, every shadow feels softer, and I realize that the season is not just a story about you, it is about the way love makes everything brighter, even long after the moment is gone. Falling for December, falling for the dream it lets me remember, falling for the hope that still glows in the quiet snow. The city sleeps under a blanket of snow, and every streetlight feels like a spotlight shining just for me. I walk slowly, listening to the quiet hum of December, and I swear I can feel you in the cold air brushing against my cheeks. Last year we ran through these same streets, laughing with our coats too big and our hearts too full. I remember the way your eyes caught the glow of the lights, and how it made everything feel endless. Tonight the streets are empty, but your memory is alive, like a song I cannot stop humming. Glow of December, calling me back to you. the cafe where we shared cocoa that went cold because we kept talking about everything and nothing. The scent of cinnamon drifts into the night, and I pause, imagining your smile reflected in the window. People hurry past with packages and scarves, but I move slowly, holding on to the warmth of a moment that feels like it could last forever. The world is alive with echoes of you, and I follow them like footprints in the snow. Glow of December, calling me back to you. Glow of December, every heartbeat feels like new. From the church steps, a choir rises, their voices cascading over the square like waves of light. Bells ring, each note a pulse in the cold air, and suddenly the world seems to hold its breath. I close my eyes, and for a single heartbeat I feel your hand brush mine, just like that night when everything was bright and I thought the world could never end. My pulse races with the rhythm of the music, as if the city itself is conducting a story written only for us. Glow of December, calling me back to you. Glow of December, every heartbeat feels like new. When I open my eyes, the square is empty, but I feel a warmth in my chest that wasn't there before. The magic is not in you returning, it is in the way I learned to love when the world was quiet, the way hope can linger in every snowfall and every flickering light. December whispers that miracles do not always come as we imagine, but sometimes there's a soft illumination that guides us forward. December, calling me back to you. Glow of December, every heartbeat feels like new. I continue walking, the city alive with glowing windows and laughter spilling from open doors. Couples pass holding hands, children dash through snowbanks, and the world feels fuller than it ever has. Instead of longing, there is a strange joy, a rhythm that carries me through the night. Love is not gone, it transforms, leaving traces that shimmer like frost in the moonlight, steady and undeniable. Glow of December, calling me back to you. Glow of December, every heartbeat feels like new. Heavier, thick and soft, reflecting the glow of countless Christmas lights. I lift my face to the sky and let the flakes land on my eyelashes, letting each one remind me that the story is still unfolding. Perhaps love is not a single story, but a collection of moments, some past, some yet to come. The night holds me gently, as if telling me that everything lost can be found again, even if it takes the quiet magic of December to do it. Glow of December, carrying me forward. Glow of December, lighting the dark. Lights shimmer along the rooftops, and December brings hurried softly as if holding a secret meant only for us. I walked past the glowing trees, listening to the hum of the city, and I swear I feel your heartbeat somewhere inside the music. Last year we stood on this same street, laughing through the cold, and the world felt bigger and brighter, like every snowflake carried a promise with your name on it. Now the night is quiet, but my heart keeps calling your memory back like a song that refuses to end. Starlight on the snow, I still feel you everywhere I go. Starlight on the snow, bringing me back to the love I used to know. I paused beneath the old lamppost where we spun in circles without a soundtrack, just the rhythm of our breath in the winter air. I can almost see your silhouette turning toward me, smiling, that soft smile that made the darkness lift. People rush by with wrapped gifts and hurried steps, but I move through the crowd like I am chasing something invisible, something warm, something that sounds like your voice, whispering, stay. Starlight on the snow, I still feel you everywhere I go. Starlight on the snow, bringing me back to the love I used to know. The church bells ring across the night, and it feels like the cue for a scene I have been waiting for all year. A rising swell in the distance, a spark in the cold, the sense that time itself is holding its breath. I close my eyes and let the music wash through me, and for a moment it feels like you are right behind me, reaching out like you did when everything felt safe and easy. Starlight on the snow, I still feel you everywhere I go. Starlight on the snow, bring me back to the love I used to know. But the moment fades and the bells quiet, and all that remains is the soft glow of windows shining golden against the frost. I realize love leaves traces deeper than footsteps, and even when the story changes, the emotion stays, like a warmth that refuses to disappear. I breathe in the night and let it fill me with something close to hope, something close to belief, something that tells me this season still has room for miracles. Starlight on the snow, I still feel you everywhere I go. Starlight on the snow, bringing me back to the love I used to know. And as I walk through the sparkling streets, the city feels alive again, as if it is singing with me, as if it knows the ending is not written yet. Winter wraps around me gently, and my heart glows brighter than the lights above. Starlight on the snow, starlight on the snow, carrying me toward whatever love becomes next. Snow keeps falling on the rooftop while I'm standing by the window, wondering if you can hear the quiet song beating in my chest again. And I whisper your name like a prayer that melts into December air. Every street is glowing red and gold, but nothing shines as bright as the memory of you walking through that door. And I keep replaying that night when the world world slowed down, and your smile felt like the first spark of Christmas morning. And I did not know how much I would miss it. Hold on to me one more Christmas, hold on to me one more night. I keep calling out your heartbeat, hoping it'll echo back in time. Christmas lights on my heart, every flicker pulls me closer to you. Christmas lights on my heart, I can feel you like a rhythm coming through. Coming through. Choirs rise in distant churches, and the wind carries pieces of songs we used to love. And I wonder if you still hum them when no one is listening. I walk along the frozen sidewalks, tracing memories on fog shop window. Remember in the moment our hands touched in the cold, and everything felt possible. And I keep thinking, maybe fate circles back in seasons. Maybe the universe spins our story until we get it right again. Hold on to me one more Christmas, hold on to me one more night. I keep calling out your heartbeat, hoping it'll echo back in time. Christmas lights on my heart, every flicker pulls me closer to you. Christmas lights on my heart, I can feel you like a rhythm coming through. Coming through. Then the city bells begin to ring, and it feels like a sign I cannot ignore. I close my eyes and swear I hear your footsteps on the snow, coming closer than before. And when I open them, the world suddenly feels softer, like it is breathing with me, like it is building to something big. I lift my face to the sky and whisper, if you can find me, I will follow that sound anywhere. Hold on to me one more Christmas, hold on to me one more night. I keep calling out your heartbeat, hoping it will echo back in time. Christmas lights on my heart, every flicker pulls me closer to you. Christmas lights on my heart, I can feel you like a rhythm coming through. Coming through. But then the choir fades and the hush returns, and I realize the miracle is not in seeing you again, but in remembering how fiercely I loved, how fiercely I still love. And the lights keep glowing on the trees, reflecting everything we were, everything we might be. If time decides to soften for us, and I breathe you in like winter air, and let the warmth find me again from the inside out. Hold on to me one more Christmas, hold on to me one more night. I keep calling out your heartbeat, hoping it will echo back in time. Christmas lights on my heart, every flicker pulls me closer to you. Christmas lights on my heart, I can feel you like a rhythm coming through. Coming through. And if this season carries you back to me, I will be here standing in the glow, letting every color shine brighter than before. Christmas lights on my heart, Christmas lights on my heart, shining like the moment love began. The night glows with a quiet kind of magic, as I walk through the snowfall, drifting like silver confetti. You cross the city lights, and every step echoes with the soft hum of December rising again. The streets are filled with the warm blur of holiday colors, and somewhere in the background a quiet choir rehearses a carol that folds into the cold air like a whispered memory. I feel the music before I hear it, and for a moment it carries me to a time when your hand fit in mine, and everything felt simple and shining and impossibly close. Tonight the stars look brighter than they did last year, almost as if they are trying to tell me something I am finally ready to hear. High past the corner shop where we used to stop just to warm our faces by the door and laugh about nothing at all. The windows are glowing with gold and red, and in the reflection I see a version of myself I have not met in a long time. The one who believed winter could heal anything. I close my eyes and the memory rushes in your voice, soft as velvet, your smile brighter than the lights above us, your promise that some stories find their way back. No matter how many seasons pass, I breathe in and exhale the truth I have been avoiding. I still feel you in every December. The wind picks up and the snow dances faster, swirling around me like a spotlight cue in a movie scene that knows exactly what is about to happen. My pulse beats with the rhythm of distant bells, chiming in a perfect rising pattern that pulls me toward the square like a magnetic call. The tension builds inside me like a drum line, waiting for the moment the song finally breaks open. I let it guide me because something in the air feels electric and ancient and inevitable. When the Christmas stars remembered us, I should have known the night was setting the stage. The square burst into view, glowing with thousands of lights, shimmering like tiny galaxies suspended in midair. The giant tree stands in the center, towering over the crowd, sparkling with green and red and warm white halos that paint everything with nostalgia. People are singing and laughing and spinning in the snow, and I feel myself drawn to the heart of it all. Where the warmth is strongest, I stop beside the tree, and that is when I see it. An ornament shaped like a tiny heart carved with the year we first met. It hangs low, almost hidden, yet glowing with a familiar shine that hits me in the chest so hard I forget to breathe. I reach for it, but before my fingers touch the glass, I hear a voice behind me saying I was hoping you would find it. The world slows like a curtain falling, and I turn with my heartbeat pounding louder than the music around us. You stand there wrapped in a coat dusted with snow, illuminated by the lights in a way that makes everything else fade into soft blur. For a heartbeat, nothing moves. The stars pause, the air stills, and the story we left unfinished stirs awake between us. You say my name and it does something to me, something warm and aching and familiar. I take a step forward, then another, until the distance between us melts like frost in sunlight. You tell me you came here every Christmas, hoping the stars would guide me back, and suddenly the night feels orchestrated just for us. I whisper, I never stop thinking about you, and the words fall into the snow like a confession the winter has been waiting to hear. The choir swells behind us, the notes rising into a shimmering crescendo that wraps around our reunion like a soundtrack written for this exact moment. You reach for my hand, and when our fingers touch, the lights brighten as if responding to us, as if the whole city remembers too. Your eyes shine with the kind of hope that bends time, and I feel myself opening like a book, rediscovering its missing chapter. The moment stretches long and glowing, and I know the stars above us are watching, holding their breath. You whisper stay, and your voice trembles with possibility. I whisper, I am here, and I mean it with every part of me. The night becomes a soft storm of music and memory, swirling into something new and whole and certain. The warmth between us rises until I forget the cold entirely. When the Christmas stars remembered us, everything changed. And as we stand beneath the glowing tree, hands intertwined, breath mingling in the crisp night air, I know this is the moment I will replay every December. From now on the snow keeps falling, the lights keep shining, and for the first time in so long I feel the world turn exactly the way it was always meant to. The city lights are trembling on the frozen avenue tonight, and I am walking with the echo of a memory I could never quite forget. There is a quiet in the air that feels like something sacred rising, and every step I take reminds me of the way your voice would warm the cold away. Midnight snow keeps calling me home, and I feel you in the shimmer of the stars above the street where we once danced in the winter glow. I whisper your name to the window, I know it cannot bring you back to me, and yet it feels like it might try. I remember the fire in the window of your room where we would sway to every carol floating through December, and the sound of children laughing in the distance made us promise we would never lose this kind of magic. But time moves like a silver train, and sometimes it forgets the hearts it breaks along the track. Still I look for you in every melody, drifting from a corner radio, and every ringing bell reminds me of the promises we made. Snow is falling like 1,000 tiny miracle confessions, swirling through the dark, and suddenly I see us again. Going down the hill with open hands, trying to catch whatever light we could before it melted. Midnight snow keeps calling me home. Snow keeps calling like, yeah, some slimy miracle confessions, swirling through the dark, and suddenly I see us again. Running down the hill with open hands, trying to catch whatever light we could before it melted. Midnight snow keeps calling me home, repeating like a dream I cannot shake, and I chase the memory even though it leads me through the shadows of what used to be. But there is hope hiding in the frost, and I can feel it growing each time the chorus rises inside my chest. Come back to me like the sound of Christmas morning, waking every sleeping street with joy. Come back to me like the warmth of candle flame glowing in a window when the world outside is frozen. Come back to me like the chorus of a song stuck in my head, making every heartbeat feel like a drum of something new beginning. Midnight snow keeps calling me home, and I keep turning toward, as if you might be standing there waiting for me to arrive. Walk past and it speaks to you, something ready to begin. And I realize I'm no longer walking alone, because the memory does not hurt the way it used to. It guides me forward, it becomes the rhythm in my pulse. Midnight snow keeps calling me home, and I finally know what it means. Home is not the place I As the first light of Christmas morning touches the sky, and I feel a new story beginning, where the old one finally finds its peace. The night is humming like a secret I was never meant to keep, and the air tastes like cinnamon rising from the rooftops as I walk past the corner where we used to meet. Snowflakes flicker in the street lamps like tiny spotlight cues, and for a second I feel the world leaning, as if waiting for our story to begin again. Christmas lights don't lie, they glow with every truth you try to hide, and as they shimmer across the frozen glass, I feel the rush of everything we were supposed to be. I hear the choir in the distance ringing out a carol that presses right against my heartbeat. And suddenly I am 19 again, wearing your jacket, laughing as the wind nearly knocked us into the drifting snow. You said winter had a way of revealing who we really were, and I believed you because you always spoke with the kind of hope that felt like music before it was written. Now the echo of your voice slips through the cold, and I swear the stars lean closer, trying to catch every word. The city moves in slow motion like it knows I am chasing something I can barely name. The rhythm of my boots becomes a drum line building toward a revelation, and I can feel the pulse of Christmas rising in my chest. I whisper your name, though I tell myself I shouldn't, and the sound into the night like a lyric desperate to find its melody again. Christmas lights don't lie, they flash back pieces of the truth I left behind, and I try to ignore it, but the glow keeps pulling me in. Then I see the old record shop still wrapped in tinsel like it refuses to change, and the memory hits me so hard I stop. This is where we dance between the aisles to a scratch vinyl of a 60s soul ballad, imagining the future like it was promised to us. I remember how you spun me around until the world blurred into a swirl of color and warmth and possibility, and I think maybe that moment was the closest I ever came to touching forever. Oh no, the window is fogged, but I can still picture us inside, glowing brighter than the holiday lights outside. The wind sharpens as if urging me forward, and I breathe it in, letting it burn in a way that makes me feel alive again. I realize I came looking for closure, but instead I found the spark of something new, a kind of courage wrapped in nostalgia. Christmas lights don't lie, they reveal what still matters, and I am done pretending I am not still lit from within by the memory of loving you. I turn toward the main square where the giant tree rises like a monument to every December dream. Crowds gather singing, and the sound forms a halo over the night. As I step into the circle of light, everything shifts. It feels like the moment in a movie when the score swells and the hero finally understands what the journey was really for. My breath catches as I see someone step out from behind the tree, and the world narrows to a single spark. It is you. For a heartbeat we just stare as if the snow itself is holding time still. Then you smile, the same soft impossible smile that once undid every fear I carried. You walk toward me and the lights flicker like they know what is coming, and the whole square feels suspended in magic. I feel the old rhythm return, the one our hearts always knew, and for the first time in years it feels like the song is finding its way back home. You say you never stopped hoping December would bring us together again, and your voice cracks on the word, hoping like it carries all the winters we spent apart. I step closer, letting the warmth between us melt the frost, and I know the truth without lights don't lie, and neither do we not anymore. As the choir crescendos and the snow drifts gently around us, I take your hand and the world glows brighter than it ever has. The night becomes a living harmony, and I feel the future opening like a gift we waited too long to unwrap. And when you whisper my name, it sounds like a promise, like a chorus destined to repeat again and again, until the whole world knows it by heart. The snow is falling in soft bright waves as I walk down the street where December always feels a little louder than the rest of the year. Every light on every house glows like a heartbeat, and the cold air carries the faint scent of pine and sweetness, and something that reminds me too much of you. I keep trying not to think about the last Christmas we spent together, but the night keeps pulling those memories out of the shadows. I whisper your name into the quiet, and it feels like the world paused to listen. I turn the corner towards the town square, and the giant Christmas tree rises before me, shining gold and green against the dark sky. Children run in circles around the fountain, and the choir sings a melody that hums inside my ribs like a spark waiting to ignite. I stop beneath the lights, and the warmth of memory wraps around me until it becomes a rhythm in my chest. Maybe love finds its way back in December. The line slips out of me before I can stop it, and lingers in the air like the start of a chorus that will not let go. Maybe love finds its way back in December. Ooh. I close my eyes and breathe deeply, and suddenly I feel footsteps approaching from behind. Slow for me, the kind of sound that hits something deep inside me. I thought had finally gone quiet. I turn and there you are, standing in the soft snowfall, as if you have stepped out of a dream I replayed too many times. You look hesitant and hopeful and heartbreakingly real. For a moment, the noise of the square fades until it is just us in the glow of the lights, shaping your face into the version of you I have been missing for far too long. You whisper hi, and the word breaks me open. I walk towards you slowly, afraid that moving too fast might scatter the moment. You say you did not plan to come back, but something pulled you here tonight, and I feel my breath catch. The music in my chest rises like a tide full of strings and bells, and the warmth of everything we never finished. I speak the words that have been echoing inside me all night. Maybe love finds its way back in December. Your eyes soften as if the phrase unlocks something you kept buried in your answer. Maybe we were always meant to return. Here we stand under the tree, and your hand brushes mine, and the contact sends a shock, a warmth through me that feels like the first honest moment in years. The choir shifts into a higher harmony, and it feels like the world is building a sound chair around us. My voice trembles as the chorus finally forms, complete and clear. Come back to me for Christmas. Come back to me for yes. Let us make this right. You inhale sharply as if the words hit a tender place, and you whisper, I wanna stay this time. We walk together toward the fountain where the water frozen into delicate silver patterns. Your reflection shimmers beside mine, and it feels like a promise forming. You tell me you tried to forget me, but every winter brought you back to this square in your mind. You say you were afraid I let go. I shake my head and admit I never stopped wishing you would return. Even when I convinced myself I should move on, the truth hangs between us, warm and glowing like the lights above. You take my hand fully and hold it with a certainty that steadies every part of me. The music in my chest softens into a tender verse shaped like forgiveness. I miss you more than I ever said. I miss the way your smile made winter feel warmer. I miss the way you made every December shine. You close your eyes as if taking in every word. When you open them again, I see hope burning there. Then the night seems to inhale, and the final chorus rises bright and unstoppable. Strings or bells shimmer, drums pulse like footsteps running toward home. I pull you close and the words spill out of me like truth finally free. Come back to me, come back to me for come back to me, come back to me. It's right. Stay with me through the snow. As we walk hand in hand out of the square toward whatever comes next, I whisper the line that began everything. Maybe love finds its way back in December, and tonight it found its way back to me. Snow softens the whole town tonight, as if December is trying to hold its breath. And I'm walking past the glowing windows, remember every Christmas I tried to forget. The air smells like cinnamon and cold, and something in me keeps saying this is the night. Everything's changing, even as I do not know why. My footsteps echo on the pavement, and the sound keeps forming your name inside my mind, till I whisper it into the dark without meaning to. I feel the pull of something familiar and warm, and I follow it towards the town square where the giant tree stands wrapped in gold lights. Children laugh near the fountain, and the choir hums a soft melody that threads through the air like a memory returning home. I stop at the edge of the crowd and look up at the lights blinking like tiny promises. They make me think of how we used to stand here every Christmas Eve, pretending the whole world paused just for us. I can almost hear your voice in the choir harmony, that gentle rasp that always made the call feel less sharp. I close my eyes and the melody inside me rises with a warmth I have not felt in years. Maybe Christmas brings the lost ones home. I say it quietly, but the words cling to me like a chorus trying to be born. Maybe Christmas brings the lost ones home. you are afraid the night might steal it, and the sound hits me harder than the cold ever could. I step toward you and everything in me reels with the shock of seeing you again, where our story first broke and where maybe it can begin again. The air between us glows with something fragile and real. I hear the imagined music inside me surge with bells and warm bass and a rising wave of strings, like the whole night is pushing us closer. I breathe the chorus fully this time, letting it spill from my chest. Come home to me for Christmas. Come home to me for Christmas. Let us get this right. You exhale like the words unlock something inside you, and you answer, I never stop wanting to. I just did not know if you wanted me back. The honesty hits me so deeply. I feel the world tilt. We walk side by side to the fountain where the reflections shimmer like a portal to every memory. We buried, your arm brushes mine, and the touch sends a spark through my entire body. We stand there for a long moment, saying nothing because the silence feels sacred. Snow gathers in your hair and melts down your cheeks like tiny stars, and I realize I am smiling for the first time in months. You tell me you came back because you kept hearing this town call you in your dreams, because Christmas never felt right anywhere else, because some part of you kept hoping I would be here waiting the way I used to. My chest fills with a warmth that feels close to forgiveness and closer to love. The music inside me softens into a tender verse shaped like truth. I never stopped wanting you to return. I just forgot how to hope for it. Your hand finds mine and the contact steadies me. The lights blur around us and the choir begins a gentle sustained note that folds perfectly into the melody blooming inside me. I lift your hand to my chest and whisper the hook again, because now it feels like destiny instead of longing. Maybe Christmas brings the lost ones home. Maybe Christmas brings the lost ones home. The May petition wraps around us like a blessing. You lean your forehead to mine and whisper, I am ready to come home if you will have me. The words shatter the last wall between us, and I feel my heart burst open in slow, beautiful fireworks. Inside me, huge and cinematic, glowing with every emotion I never said out loud. Come home to me for Christmas. Come home tonight. Come home to me for Christmas. Let us get this right. Stay with me through the winter. Stay and do not roam. Stay with me for Christmas. This is home. Snowflakes drift in slow spirals across the December sky, as if the night itself is breathing in rhythm with my heartbeat. And every step I take seems to echo in the silent street, like the world is waiting for something to begin again. I can feel the cold through my gloves, but it is the kind of cold that sharpens memories instead of numbing them. And suddenly I am thinking of every Christmas that ever meant something, everyone that hurt more than I ever admitted. The air tastes like pine and distant music and a little bit of regret, which is how December always tastes when you walk alone. light shimmer across the snow and cast the long blue and gold reflections that ripple like water. A choir somewhere in the square starts singing a carol, but I cannot tell which one because my mind keeps humming a different melody, warm and rising and familiar, the kind of melody that feels like a memory calling itself home. How it is said, how it is said, how it is said. I whisper it, almost afraid it will disappear if I say it too loudly. Maybe Christmas brings us back to where we belong. The line feels like a lyric escaping from someplace deeper than thought, and I say it again, softer. Maybe Christmas brings us back to where we belong. I stop when I realize what the phrase really means behind the lights and the sound of the choir and the swirl of snow. There is a truth forming, slow and unstoppable, like a tide turning. I am not here for the lights or the tree or nostalgia. I am here because something inside me wants to find you again. Because every December since you left has felt a little out of tune. Because no matter how far I try to move on, there is always a moment in winter when your memory finds me and whispers come home. I take a deep breath and the air burns with the sweetness of roasted chestnuts from a nearby cart. Somewhere in the square a child laughs and the sound rings with the purity of a bell. The music inside me swells and grows, layering with strings and bells, and a slow steady drum like footsteps through snow. I walk deeper into the square, letting the crowd blur around me. Families huddle near the tree, taking pictures. Couples lean into each other, sharing scarves and secrets. And a small group of teenagers throw snow into the air like confetti. I keep searching faces without meaning to. My chest tightens with a complicated mix of hope and fear. The choir shifts into a higher harmony, and the sound lifts my thoughts with it. I imagine you beside me again, whispering your favorite line of every song we used to sing for fun. You always said the chorus was the soul of a song because everyone remembers the truth that repeats. Maybe Christmas, back to where we belong. The phrase keeps pulsing inside me, becoming more than words. It is a pull, a direction, a wish. I close my eyes and let the melody take shape in full. I hear the chorus forming with bright bells and pounding drums and a warmth that feels like a doorway opening. I let the words rise from the quiet place in my chest where I keep everything real. Come back to me for Christmas, come back and stay. I will light the way, I whisper it again, this time with the full shape of a chorus. Come back to me for Christmas, come back and stay. Come back to me for Christmas, I will light the way. The repetition wraps around me like a blanket, and I feel the first spark of something like courage. The crowd sings louder as the choir reaches their finale, and I open my eyes to find the sky full of falling snow, illuminated by strings of blinking lights. For a moment I feel like I am inside a movie where time slows so the heart can speak. The world softens and I feel the emotional swell that every great story needs the moment hope becomes visible. Even if the future is not, I take one step, then another, drawn toward the brightest part of the square, where the light seems to gather into a warm glow near the fountain. My breath comes between breaths, as if waiting for something to glow again. I'm walking with my hands buried deep inside my coat pockets, thinking about all the years that led me here, and how December somehow always knows how to open old doors and light old shadows. The night wind hums a trembling melody, and I swear it sounds like the echo of every Christmas I ever tried to hold on to. And suddenly I hear your laughter in my mind again, ringing like silver bells across the frozen dark. And for a moment I'm 17, running down the block with you, singing off key and promising we never grow apart. I inhale and the air tastes like cinnamon and wonder and regret all at once. I keep telling myself I'm walking toward the city lights, but the truth is I'm walking toward the memory of you. Something about winter makes every heart bruise glow brighter, and I can't outrun the kind of longing that grows roots. I whisper the line that keeps returning to me, the one that won't let go. Maybe Christmas is where the miracles go. I say it again, louder, letting it go inside my chest. Maybe Christmas is where the miracles go. Maybe Christmas is where the miracles go. The phrase clings like the spark of a chorus that hasn't fully caught fire yet, and I feel it rising with each step I take through the shimmer of street lamps and drifting snow. I turn the corner and I see the old house decorated again, even though no one lives there now. Someone keeps putting lights up every year, a quiet devotion to something unseen. I stop across the street and watch the lights blink in soft rhythms like a heartbeat, learning to hope again. I wonder if anything can truly stay gone when December keeps calling everything back to life inside my mind. The music begins building, a warm swell of strings and bells and a rolling bass like waves of memory. And above it all, your voice, soft and stronger, singing the line we used to sing as a joke, but now feels like fate. Come home for Christmas, come home to me. The words hit me deep the way only nostalgia sharpened by loss. Can I feel them wrap around the cold edges of my ribs? I start whispering the words like I'm afraid they'll disappear. Come home for Christmas, come home to me. And the repetition anchors me, pulls me into the rhythm of something bigger than sorrow. Snowflakes gather on my eyelashes and melt into small bright tears. I close my eyes and I'm back in that living room with you, dancing between the pine tree and the record player, pretending the world was ours to arrange. The scent of pine needles, the glow of gold lights, the warmth of your hands guiding mine in a clumsy half dance. You told me Christmas was the one time of the year when the universe slowed down enough to listen. I didn't believe you then, I believe you now. The wind shifts and a quiet pulse of sound drifts from a distant block, like someone far away is already singing my thoughts out loud. And suddenly the melody in my chest begins to bloom into a full chorus, shimmering and uncontainable. I start speaking it, half breath, half singing, under the flickering glow of the street lamp. Maybe Christmas is where the miracles go when we're too tired to chase them. And be Christmas is where the broken hearts glow when they finally find grace again. Maybe Christmas is calling me home to you. And the words rise in waves, repeating like a mantra that resonates For the first time in years, the loneliness doesn't feel empty. It feels full of something unnamed, something waiting. The music in my heart grows louder, richer, the kind of wall of sound swell that makes every emotion feel cinematic. Layers of shimmering bells, velvet harmonies, a heartbeat deep, drum-like footsteps approaching through snow. One world feels brighter, like it's leaning in. I walk again slowly toward the center of town, where the Christmas tree stands taller than every rooftop, and the air smells like roasted chestnuts and hope. People gathering